Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Is it just me, or does it feel like booster boxes are maybe on the way out? Now look, this is purely a speculative video, but I'm going to bring some evidence to the table and see if you agree or disagree. Now, booster boxes forever and a day have been the best sealed investment. You know, if we look back to the original first edition base set, it come out in North America, of course, in 1999, and other parts of the world, like us lucky people down in Australia, that is the holy grail for a sealed Pokemon card product. It continued through, of course, with beautiful Jungle and Fossil and Team Rocket and right through to the end of Wizards of the Coast era with Skyridge. We were super lucky. Booster boxes have continued though, and they're a fantastic collection item and they're a fantastic investment piece. But does it feel like booster boxes are on the way out? Now, bear with me on this. So I'm going to bring up on the screen here, and we're going to rewind all the way back to XY era. During XY era, we of course started with XY base, and we followed through with sets like Flashfire and Phantom Forces, etc., Furious Fists, and so on. There was a little, I don't know whether you'd call it a holiday set per se, but there's a little, double crisis set that come out. And I think pretty much all you could get was like 2-pack blisters for that. There's a couple of really nice sort of full art chase cards inside there with the Groudon and Kyogre. And as we go through, there was the first introduction to a proper holiday set, which came in the form of Generations. Now what that meant, in case you're extremely new to the hobby, is holiday sets now, they don't have booster boxes. So a standard main set or a main expansion will have a booster box and an elite trainer box, as well as a bunch of other ancillary products that you could collect, invest, open, whatever it might be. But holiday sets, elite trainer box is generally, the main item to purchase to be able to open packs. So Generations was the first proper holiday set which only had an elite trainer box. Of course, we had the main set, then there was a Radiant collection that went through it, and if we fast forward to Sun and Moon era, we start getting a couple more holiday sets. So it starts off with the stunning, well, it wasn't stunning at the time, it wasn't very well loved when it first came out, Shining Legends. Now it's, touted as a fantastic Pokemon card set and a very sought after elite trainer box. So we had a holiday set in Shining Legends. Then we went to Dragon Majesty, which was a holiday set. And then finally, to end Sun and Moon era, we finished with an absolute bang with Hidden Fates in there. So we had 3 holiday sets for Sun and Moon era. Now you might be starting to figure out where I'm going with this. Fast forward to Sword and Shield era, which only feels like yesterday to a lot of us that have been collecting for the last, 4 years or 5 years or 10 years or however long it might be, or ducking in and out of the hobby forever. Sword and Shield, that brought a whole new level to the game. What did we get? We got Champion's Path, we got Shining Fates, we got Celebrations, we got Pokemon Go, and we finished with Crown Zenith. Have I missed anything there? 5 holiday sets? Either way, the point remains the same. From XY, we got our first proper holiday set, which was Celebrations, which was 1. Then we went to Sun and Moon era, we got 3. Then we've gone to Sword and Shield era, we got 5. And now let's fast forward, of course, to the current era, which is Scarlet and Violet. We've already had 151. We've already had Paldean Fates. We've already had Shrouded Fable. We've already had Prismatic Evolutions. And it looks like the final 2 sets of the whole Scarlet and Violet era are also going to be like holiday expansion sets with another 2 elite trainer boxes, which will give us 6. So we're going 1, 3, 5, 6. It sort of feels like to me that Pokemon, or the Pokemon Company International, is really pushing in that direction. And look, maybe it makes sense. We don't know. Look, the whole idea, let's face it, the whole idea of being in business is to make money. Like, why, unless you're just purely doing it for the love of it, why else would you be a company or in business? You're in business to make money. You're in business to keep your shareholders happy. You're in business to keep the board of directors happy. And generally that happens if you're getting good customer feedback and you're making money. If those 2 things happen, everyone's pretty happy. So if the whole idea is to make money, perhaps, and I've said this for a while on this channel in a couple of different videos, I haven't done a specific video on it, but perhaps the whole idea behind missing And quick little segue before I re-jump on that point. All those images are from the Collector app, which is of course today's video sponsor. Fantastic app. There'll be a link in the description to download it. Extremely great app to use. It's so easy. You can add in your whole singles collection, your whole sealed collection. It'll show you current values based off a range of eBay sales and TCG player sales. So you're getting up-to-date pricing. You can see total value of your whole collection. You can see percentage gains. So as an investor, it is a fantastic app. I urge everyone to jump onto it. There is also some awesome giveaways month in, month out for pro users. This month is PSA 10 screen promos, so a fantastic giveaway there. Jump on board the Collector app. So let's pick up the train of thought that I just had. The whole idea, I think, behind the company, of course, is to make money. Now, one thing I've said on this channel for a while is that I think booster boxes aren't the best way for the Pokemon Company International to make money. Because let's face it, the packaging for a booster box and how, I guess, densely packed in the 36 packs are, it's a very easy way for someone, a consumer that is, to get their fix of opening packs. It's like you buy a booster box and you've got your fix. Whereas if you don't have as many booster boxes as an option, or we're moving towards more holiday sets which don't have booster boxes at all, your only option is to buy other products. And perhaps there's more profit in other products. Look, there's a lot more packaging that goes with it, but let's say for argument's sake, your only option then is to buy things like, if we look at Prismatic Evolutions, tech sticker packs, which get 3 or 4 packs, binder collections, which might get 4 packs, Elite Trainer Box, which gets 9 packs. Like the list goes on. Maybe you can just buy single blisters, but either way, it seems like the Pokemon Company International is pushing consumers towards that route, where it feels like the death of booster boxes. And look, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not here saying Pokemon are killing booster boxes, there's no more booster boxes. It just feels like A, they're not getting printed as much as they were, and then B, there's a lot more push towards ancillary products. And for my eyes, if you're looking at the whole idea of a company being able to make money, perhaps these products have more profit in them. Like perhaps they're cheaper to make, they're easier to distribute, and as a result, there's more money in it. There's just more money, more profit for the Pokemon Company International if we push people down that path. Not saying that's exactly what happens or is happening, but it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? And I think the next generation, we're of course still going to have booster boxes, but I wouldn't be surprised if it almost gets to this place where it's 50-50. So what that means is every second set that comes out is a holiday set based on more, ancillary products. And we saw it in Prismatic Evolutions. Like, people were paying huge amounts of money for things like booster bundles, paying huge amounts of money for collection boxes, just so they could get a few packs. And, there's people buying multiple collection boxes which might only have 4 packs inside it. And then there's also this push on the other side towards more ultra premium collections coming out and more premium products that Pokemon can maybe charge up on. Like an ultra premium collection which might have 14 or 16 packs inside it that they can charge more than a booster box for because it's ultra and it's premium, because there's some other products that are very cost effective to make inside there. It just feels the push is going there. And I wouldn't be surprised if next generation, pretty much every second set that comes out is more of a holiday set. I just wouldn't be surprised if that happens based on the run that we've seen through X and Y to now. And what does that mean? Like, what does it mean overall for an investor or a collector? I would hate to see the death of booster boxes. I think booster boxes present so well as a collection piece. I think they perform really well as an investment piece. I think there's great saleability to a booster box in the future. Not only, of course, are you getting the densest, pack per space ratio of 36 packs inside there, they're fantastic for streamers to open. They're fantastic for rip and shippers to buy and on sell. It gives us more purchase or selling opportunity, I should say, to consumers when it comes time to sell these products. Because if you're going to make a profit on your Pokemon card investments, eventually you've got to sell it, don't you? And booster boxes just seem easy to sell. We know they're easy to sell. History has proven that over the last 25 plus years. So, as an investor, I still think booster boxes are the creme de la creme. I think it's the best sealed investment. And look, maybe some people argue against that and go, of course, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes are in a lot smaller print run than booster boxes, therefore they're a better investment or perform better long term. Who knows? Maybe they will. But there's something really special about a booster box, and I would hate to see the complete end of booster boxes. I'm not saying that's happening, But we look at that data and we look at the trend, and it just seems we're getting more and more holiday sets. So from an investment standpoint, if you can get your hands on booster boxes, I just think they're going to be a phenomenal investment into the future, particularly if we start to see less of them. So less of them printed for sets that even have, so main expansions that have booster boxes, and then less of them, of course, if every second set coming out is going to be a holiday-based set. So anyway, interesting thoughts. I'm not saying this is fact, I'm saying this is speculation. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree, or maybe have some more research or commentary into that. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.